is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. Find me tonight. When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know where to find me. Stop chasing all the city lights, breathe me in, go on and take your bite, count on me to make you come alive. You know where to find me tonight. You know where to find me tonight. Find me tonight.
Hello everyone, and welcome back for a sort of Sunday night stroll. We're playing Adrift again today. We're going to try and get one of the alternate endings, one of these mysterious endings that apparently exist in the game. Things did not go according to plan today because I had originally planned to do this through the day, but unfortunately due to crazy weather, I unfortunately couldn't because I had to look after my girls all day. But this is a game that's in space, obviously. I was wanting to play this again ever since we played that ship-breaking game the other week.
Mission active date 29 September 20.
Oh, you've had sun all day, Chrissy. Did you see the video I put on
to invert EVA control system?
What's it called? Discord. That's the word I'm trying to think of.
Perform EVA look.
Let's see, we have to do a little 2-minute tutorial session here before we can actually get into the game. So the objective here today will be to complete the game. Last time it took 2 3/4 hours where we didn't really know what was going on or what to do. I've got a strategy this time to skip huge chunks of the game.
Activate EVA propulsion boost.
Hello there, royalty. You haven't missed anything. It's just we're just doing the tutorial. It just takes a couple of minutes there to do this.
Perform EVA ascend.
So I said we played this game before months ago, but that's because I played that ship-breaking one. They've actually some of the things that I mentioned in the ship-breaking one about the oh, what on earth do you call it? Remember how the HUD was all crammed up? They've fixed that now for ultra-wide screen, so it's a little bit easier to play because the screen's not like crazily cluttered.
EVA propulsion brake.
Hopefully the game audio is alright. I took like a wild stab in the dark at what the right levels would be for this game. But you know, just give us a shout if it's too loud or too quiet. The objective is to make one of you throw up as well today, if we can. That's like a bonus to the stream. Of course, as well, I'm playing on an ultra wide, but I have you. It's a bit quiet. Can you not hear the computer guy's voice there? We'll finish the tutorial bit, and then I'll. Because I'll have to jump out of the game for a second to raise the volume. Because this one, it sort of like locks the full screen.
Oxygen meter.
There we go.
Objectives are displayed via EVA HUD radar.
So one thing we're talking about now is the radar in the HUD. One of the problems with this game is
EVA environment scan.
The heads-up display, and I mean you can see a bit of the radar.
Hardiman Aerospace EVA training
it's pretty much useless.
Complete. Exit training module via access portal.
Right, let's spin us around. Exit the tutorial, and whilst it's exiting the tutorial, I'll see if I can get the mouse onto the other screen. Right, I will raise that up to Minecraft levels of 13. Right, resume game. Oh, hang on, that's gone weird on the stream now, hasn't it? Right, one moment. How could I have nudged that? Oh, hang on, has it gone back?
Survivor detected. Survivor detected.
Hang on, is that too loud or?
Survivor located. Initializing EVA HUD display. Warning. EVA suit critically damaged. Oxygen leak detected. Emergency life support system online. Manual oxygen refill required.
That's no problem, royalty. You have to tell them they need to get it sorted. Of course, it's when you tell like them what you're doing, it's like, I'm watching videos on Twitch.
Initializing Hardiman Aerospace identification sequence. Data transfer in progress.
So, as you can see, we're on a space station that's
Identification verified. Oshima.
been somewhat trashed.
Commander, Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Vital signs stable.
Yeah, I completely agree. You have to phone in sick until they fix it. Here we go. So a lot of this, which is why I'm classing it as like a, even though that you are in like basically a fight for your life to survive in vacuum of space, it is a very slow-paced game. So there's going to be lots of slow drifting.
Incrementally depletes EVA oxygen reserves.
Let's grab that door and open it. Oh, you're not feeling well to start with, royalty. That's when you're supposed to hide in the cupboards. Phone in sick. I'm going to grab another oxygen cylinder here. Oh, if I can reach it. There it is. So you should be able to see just on the side, because obviously it's zoomed in for you guys so that you're getting a more full screen. Oh no, just hit that panel there. You'll be able to see just on the bottom right, that's our oxygen level, and that is shared between our breathing and that's between our breathing and the fuel that we use. So the way it sort of plays is to use like tiny little bursts of oxygen to like propel yourself. But we injured ourselves there, so I'm gonna have to try and grab another one here. Got it. We'll slowly drift through the debris.
Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. Catastrophic event detected. Origin point terminated.
There's the main area of the space station. So part of the objectives are going to be is that there are 4 sort of spokes going off that you can just sort of make out here, and we have to go and get a frisbee from a toaster in each one of those spokes, and then bring it back to that control room on the top there.
Mission control to North Star 4 survivors. Do you copy?
Right, how we're doing for fuel. Once we get the first frisbee out of the toaster, we'll be able to we'll have like the full oxygen meter. There we go. Now, is it this chamber or the second chamber that has the repair station in it? Second chamber.
Mission date 8 July 2037. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. No remaining survivors.
Oh, maybe it's the third chamber that's got the repair station in, because you see our sort of like visor is our visor is kind of cracked. But that's how tech's done in the future, Chrissy. Frisbees and toasters.
External EVA visor critically damaged.
It shouldn't take us long to get to the first toaster, and you'll understand when you see it why I keep calling it a frisbee and a toaster. It's kind of like you know the discs in Tron that they have, the identity discs. It's kind of like that. Right, let's quickly get into this repair station. There we go. The cracks will disappear.
Hand 4 EVA repair sequence complete. Vital signs stable.
We're not going for any of the extra things because there's like mementos that you can pick up and what have you. We're just purely going to hammer through the game to get to the end. Using everything I learned from last time. Which is, as much as this seems like it's slow, we should be able to
Hand 4 personal data
no, we
device
haven't done an
version
egg count yet.
4.7 acquired.
How many...
Multiple personal data devices
Today,
detected
I haven't
and
had time to go
online.
through the pictures, but I did download from my phone a previously unseen video by anybody else of one of my little girls. 18 for Chrissy and 5 and a bit for Royal T.
Warning. Catastrophic event.
This is kind of like a control room type thing. I don't know what they actually call it because I'm floating past the sign. But we need to get here because this will tell us that where we have to go and get the first frisbee from.
Activating Spirited System terminal.
Where's focus so you can redeem it?
Spirited System damaged and offline.
I don't know, you redeemed that one the other night there, then you just started talking over it.
Cerebrum core corrupt. Mainframe offline. Cerebrum module inactive.
So you can see here in the middle
Spirited System
one,
repair required
that's
to
kind of like the
salvage
frisbee we're
the
going to
life
collect.
support system operation. Locate system mainframe.
And we have to do this 4
Fabricate
times
cerebrum
for each spoke of the
Repair
station.
cerebrum module.
Yeah, he sent me a screenshot late this afternoon with a screenshot of the end of the game. But I did send him my playthrough stream to watch. Here we go. This is technically what we're inside now, is the loading screen. That was funny though last night, Chrissy. In the time that it took him to complete like the last 2 challenges and do a little bit of the final bit,
Personal log.
I was able to
System
catch up
specialist.
on him and
Madonna
complete the
Andrew.
game.
17 April 2037.
Finally going home. Doesn't even seem real.
I'm going to grab
22
this
months since
oxygen
mission
cylinder if
start.
I can.
10 longer than I signed up
Got
for
it.
in the first place. Promised Lucy I was going to be there for her.
You telling her last
Promised
night.
myself I wouldn't leave the place again.
The fastest I've done that game, my record when I used to do speed running is 42 minutes to complete first Portal game.
Alex really came through for me on this. I owe her one.
And that stream I did was something like an hour and 20 or something. That was actually the first stream I did, like on Twitch back to streaming. I didn't like put it out on anything like that because I was just doing like a test of the setup and everything really, and I thought that's an easy game because it's a quick completion. Right, so what we're going to do here, see that big thing over there? That's where we're actually going. But what you would do normally is you would go through all of this broken bits of space station to get there. What we're going to do though is we are going to head in the direction of that entranceway, grab another oxygen bottle, and then we are going to give ourselves a burst over to there. We should have enough oxygen to make it,
North Star 4, this is mission
but I
control.
need one tank before we go anywhere else.
Crew status. Please advise. Over.
So I wrote that he tried. I mean, it was hilarious watching him. All right, there's the oxygen cylinders. We might have to take 2 of them actually. Ooh, go on, can we reach it? Just keep adjusting course. We're almost out of there. Get it, yeah. Right, I'm going to give it a high-speed burst and then release. That's it. And if we do come across any other bottles of air on the way, then I'm definitely taking them. But this is how we're just going to skip that entire section of the game, which is in all of those other modules. It does look awesome, this game. I can look down as well whilst we're floating here. So where do we think we're above in orbit? Which part of the world? Just floating past bits of debris. 50% air. We're slowly making across to that section there. Just have a little look around whilst we're floating.
Mission control to North Star 4. Survivor identified. Commander Alex Oshima. Verify your status, Commander. Standing by.
You can see our oxygen supply is slowly deteriorating on the bottom right there. Oh, we've gone off course. There's an oxygen cylinder there, so I'll put an extra burn on. Because I hope there is. Yeah, it looks like 3 there. We're just going to have to watch out for this spinning debris here. Come on, we have to grab it. Go on. Oh, just. We'll keep on drifting over to that module over there, using absolutely as little fuel as possible here. This is the gamble on this first section, because we have such a limited like oxygen supply, but we'll get double that once we get this module. So we're just going to drift on over past the knackered station. So when I originally played this, I went all the way through all these corridors and all these sections. And that's probably why it took like 2 3/4 hours to complete last time. But we're, I say doing a speed run. This is technically a speed run. We're a speed run or a smart run, where we're just being very, very careful. I mean, I haven't even had my hands on the keyboard and mouse for ages now. But we're going for that little green door there. I don't know whether or not we should... That looks like a box over there. Let's do a scan. Oxygen's getting low. Should I go for a box? Or should I not? I'm gonna have to change course anyway. Right, put a little bit of a burst on. Fingers crossed we don't hit that bit of those if we don't hit that bit of debris. You can hear our breathing's getting more and more rapid. Because not only do we have to get in there, we have to find oxygen. I don't think we're not going to make it. Oh no. She's dead. She's going to choke in the airlock. There's the oxygen cylinder right in front of her. Question is, how far back does that put us? Because I have no idea how the safe system works in this game. Alright, just put us right back here, right. A strong burst. And this time we'll just have to go for that second piece. Let's float past here. Yeah, could you just see it just as the screen was going all like greyed out? You could just see the cylinders in front. Oh, look at all that debris getting smashed up ahead of us there.
North Star 4, this is Mission Control. Unable to determine current location or crew status. Please advise. Over.
No problem, royalty. Have fun at work. I've normally said, trying to cause too much trouble, but where would be the fun in that? Right, let's grab this cylinder here. Right, we've got that. And now I'm going to try and line that up with the center of my screen, open up the throttle, and push. And once more, we'll drift across to that bit of station there. I love the effects like there. You see, like when the sun goes like behind the station bits as well there, then comes back out. So whilst we're drifting across the vacuum here, I know I've been stuck in the rain playing with the chickens all afternoon. But what's everyone else been up to? Nearly knocked the mouse over again.
Mission control to North Star 4. Survivor identified. Commander Alex Oshima. Verify your status, Commander. Standing by.
Just do a quick little jiggle with the thrusters. Oxygen reserves getting lower and lower. We need a little bit more height to get that one there. Oh, digging up a bit more in the garden. You still never sent the pictures of the before and after, wasn't it? Of the brambles, wasn't it? You said that was really, really dense. I think we're going to go through this section this time, so that we can get straight to the oxygen on the other side. Hopefully, anyway. Ooh, ooh, I thought we got knocked on something there. Right, so this time we're going to drift through this one. But look at the reflections on those surfaces there as well. Looks awesome, doesn't it? Ooh. We just hit the wall. And there's the oxygen cylinders. Ooh, we hit the wall again. Go on, grab it, grab it, grab it. Yeah. Right. High speed burn and release. Float across to this module now. Yeah, we should have plenty, Chrissy, this time to get, as long as we don't hit that. I wonder if you can swat, it's quite big, I wonder if you can swat that away. Oh, you can hit it and it makes it go a little bit more. There we go. I'm hoping there's going to be an oxygen module in there because we could probably do with it. Here we go. This is where we get the frisbee out the toaster. Just checking for xenomorphs.
Activating Spirit Assistant Terminal. Mainframe online. Initializing hand 4 EVA diagnostic sequence. EVA oxygen repair detected. Initialize EVA oxygen repair. EVA oxygen capacity 100%. Exit EVA diagnostic environment.
There we go, now we have a full air tank. Although it goes off the screen on the stream.
Cerebrum core diagnostic sequence. Cerebrum core corrupt. Cerebrum core fabrication required. Initiate cerebrum core fabrication. Cerebrum core fabrication complete. Cerebrum module repair required.
Oh, here it goes. There's a toaster. And a frisbee. Yeah, see, exactly, Chrissy. Future tech. Frisbees and toasters. Right, so now that we're out here, spin right side up. So I'm going to open the taps and I'm going to propel us to the other end of this broken module.
Mission control to North Star 4. Survivor detected. Verifying identification. Stand by.
The toaster was a time machine. How did that one work then? Let's do a quick scan to make sure we've got some oxygen coming up. Nope.
Encrypted internal data transmission received. Sender, Hawking, Samuel. Hardiman Aerospace Mission Director. 6 June
Whenever I think of
2037.
toasters as well, I think of
Commander Oshima, the settlement
remember
date for Hardiman
the
colony
artificial
number 2 is
intelligent
upon us.
toaster
Our
that was in one of the early
projections
episodes of Red
indicate that
Dwarf.
well-planned force Spiritus extraction is a success. Resource production is behind, and we are at risk of not meeting our dedicated supply and
They
surplus
push it down
needs.
and went to a
I
random
know your
period in
natural
time.
instinct is to be creative in the face of failure, but now is not the time for disruption. It is imperative that you follow protocol and procedure in order to meet our goals.
I put a couple of movie posters for a few films that if you ever get the chance to see them, I would recommend. Ooh, can we get that bottle? Oh. Right, that's where we want to go. Let's try to float in that direction. A toaster for over 2,000. Does somebody come to make it for you? Does it come with a butler attached? It doesn't even do 4 slices, that's no good. Be some sort of like daft artisan toaster which does 1 slice very badly. Slowly drifting back to the doors. Bit of debris flying past the screen. Watch out for the electrical cables. Might as well grab that cylinder if we can just fly past it. Got it. Now back into the main section of the station now. Oop. We're coming at a right angle. Just drift nice and gently through. I mean, look at that, look at the little water droplets all just suspended in the air here as well. Which word do you hate? Is that like what lots of people say they don't like the word moist? Here we are back in this sort of like control-y type room. What's it called? I think it's a central command, I think is what it said there. So we need to go back to that first terminal that we're at and tell it we took the frisbee out the toaster and unlock the doors above us so that we can put the frisbee in the control room.
Terminal. Mainframe online. Cerebrum core detected. Cerebrum module repair required. Activate Cerebrum access portal. Cerebrum access portal online.
Here we go. You been sick yet? With the way that I'm like sitting at my ultra wide screen as well, it's like completely encapsulates my entire vision because obviously I've got the whole like sides as well there. Right, that's the terminal where we need to put the first one in. Oh, you've been having roast potatoes, have you? We just had a curry tonight. There's the first frisbee installed.
North Star, this is Mission Control. Spiritus systems detected online and operating at 41%. Over.
The woman that's doing, I'm going to have to look at the credits later on to see if the woman that's doing the voice there, that you heard there on the radio, is the same woman that did the voice of Suvi in Mass Effect Andromeda. Sounds very similar. Slowly drift back into the control room. Actually, which one of these terminals is it we need to go to next? That one there.
Activating vocalist system terminal. Vocalist system damaged and offline. Initializing diagnostic sequence. Cerebrum core corrupt. Mainframe offline.
See, this is what confused me when I first played it, because you come down here and it's the exact same script again. So I thought I clicked on the wrong thing and I was being made to do the same mission a second time. But no, it is actually, you just do the same mission 4 times, but just on a different wing of the station with different, like, debris that you've got to fight through. But we are going to attempt, where we can, to skip it. And we're attempting as well to use the you can see the 3 different sort of radar displays. They're completely useless, to be honest. I've actually like read loads of other people's comments as well, and there's so many people like complain about how dreadful the radar system is on here. Yep, Chrissy, we're going to go and get more frisbees out of toasters. I'm assuming that this is the right way, because I say that the radar is really, really difficult to tell where we're going. The only difference with the frisbees is the colour of them.
We are standing by for contact. Over.
I'm guessing this one's going to be like an orange one because this door is orange. See, there's all these different things that we can pick up as well if we were going for all like the mementos and what have you, but we're not doing that today. Try and grab one of them. Should be on course for it. We're doing like, well, what we just wanted to go back is, you know, that shipbreaking game we were playing the other week. As I was saying before, that they have fixed some of the problems with that, with the interface and what have you. You still can't change the controls, but they say they're going to do that at a later date. Yeah, I get this funny feeling that we're going in the wrong direction. But I was playing it the other day, and it's just like one of those, like, you know, those like, you know, when you see those sort of like satisfying video sort of things. Well, we'll go with that oxygen. No, we might as well go with that oxygen thing whilst we're here. Let's just go and grab that quickly. I was doing like one of the bigger ships, and just slowly dismantling one of the huge ships on it. So it was fun just like inside of it, taking out all the support beams from the inside, then just the hull just popped out, like all the sides just all popped out away. I think I'll definitely do that one on another stream somewhere down the line, because it is quite, even though it's got like, obviously because it's only a pre-release, early release sort of game, it's still got like lots of problems and what have you, but hopefully they'll keep adding to it. Float down here. I hope we're going to the right place. Okay, we're going outside yet, or? Alright, what's going on in here then? I must have to interact with that panel over there.
Vocalist communication arrays offline. Manual activation required for outgoing communications to mission control.
We need to get outside.
Communications array repair override enabled. Manual array alignment required.
I remember this bit now. I was fighting my way through all the little tiny bits, and then I realised I could just float across the top of the entire station. Because we have the oxygen for it now. Just got to get outside first.
Mission control to North Star. All major hand force systems damaged and offline. Manual repair required for EEV operation and launch. Do you copy?
Here we go. These little like drives all over the place.
Communications array detected.
Wait, how do we get out of here? Oh, I think we're probably going to have to go to that first one. We'll have to get royalty in to translate it. Let's crack open this one. I quite like that door mechanism there.
And for Administrators 4, version 2.3. How may I assist you? Personal log, astronaut, Lopez, Teresa, 23, October, 2036.
Oh, where did you... which panel was it?
So powerful. They attract and amplify random sat transmissions that interfere and broadcast over EVA comlink during spacewalks.
Ah, there it is. I remember there was a panel somewhere in here we had to click.
From all humanity. Suddenly, with a distorted glitch, you are transported to a baseball game in China, or a Vietnam War protest in 1967, or a police surveillance drone over the islands of Los Angeles. Random moments of life, millions of them from all over Earth, floating endlessly.
Is that working now?
Waiting to somehow be captured and heard.
Ah, we're stuck. Hang on. We need to get out. There it is. Right, let's open up the jets, push forward, and release. No, Chrissy, I won't cry about Morse code, no. So what were those two conversations? One was on Discord, wasn't it? Because we were talking because the girls were tapping the Morse code on the fence, weren't they? Then the second one was we were discussing what to choose for karaoke. That was it, wasn't it? What a loser. So see here, we've skipped a huge chunk of the game just by floating across. Exactly, because the girls had tapped it out in Morse code, hadn't they?
Lopez, Teresa, 31, October, 2036.
As a kid, I would dress up as an astronaut every year for Halloween. We never had any money, so my costume was always whatever my mother could pull together, which was
right. Now we need to find an oxygen tank before we do anything else here.
I remember being made fun of at school. You're poor, you're a girl, you'll never amount to anything.
Aha, there's one.
I shut it all out. Nothing was going to stop me. I still carry an old photo of me as an astronaut on each and
Yeah,
every
indeed,
mission
Chrissy.
as a reminder of how far I've come. This is all I've
So this,
ever wanted.
thrust up. So next we have to now cross this huge section of the station there, blinded as you can see, to get to that last comm tower. I assume that's what we're going to do anyway. I'm not sure, is that the one that we just went to before, or is that the next one? I don't know, because each time you've got to go to like one of those little, like that pod thing that's like directly in front of us. Oh, I think we're drifting off course a bit here. Right, let's open up the thrusters and push. I think we're just going to have to take the chance and just let ourselves slowly drift across here. I don't want to waste any more oxygen because it's quite a trip. Slowly drifting. Exactly, what could possibly go wrong? But even to make sure I don't even tap anything, my hands are off the keyboard at the moment. I think we should at least hit maybe within that second support struct. So we should be dead on for the turn on this last array. I don't know if we could have probably just skipped this whole section as well if we had maybe had a look around when we got outside to see where the next one of those pod things are. We might have been able to get straight into it. There's some oxygen down there as well, so we can get that on the way out. Blind.
Personal log, astronaut, Lopez, Teresa, 12, December, 2036.
EVA-com picked up another random SAT transmission on the way back in from a Bay
Oh, there we
repair
go.
today. Pieces of the JFK moon speech. Stopped me dead in my tracks. I studied that speech at Hardeman Academy. It was a major inspiration. It felt like Kennedy was speaking directly to me then. And even more so now.
Ooh. Right, let's get this bottle here.
No prejudice, no national conflict in outer space as yet. Its hazards are hostile to us all. Its conquest deserves the best of all mankind, and its opportunity for peaceful cooperation.
Just gonna stay completely clear of this spinning arm.
Spiritus, Luna 2, is that opportunity for mankind.
I take it that's where we're going, maybe is next.
Mission control to Commander Oshima. We are standing by for contact. Over.
It's very difficult to tell on this radar. I don't know how much, I'm trying to look to see how much of the radar you can see on the screen, because they're just off. Like half of it's just off it. This thing, that thing like right at the top there, I assume that's where we're going to have to go. It looks like one of those, you know, from the water dispenser things. The bottle. Yeah, it's very difficult to see which way we're going because there's a diamond shape there which looks like it's getting closer. You've got the one next to it which is like pointing forward, and yet you've got the DIR one on the other side of the screen which just looks like it's pointing in another direction again.
Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. No remaining survivors.
Should we come back to this panel now, which must unlock that door maybe? That's what I'm gambling on anyway. There we go.
Vocalist communication arrays online. Unable to establish outgoing communications to mission control.
Ooh, make me feel sick again there. How with oxygen? Still doing pretty well. I'm assuming our objective is to get to the other side of this spinny thing. And the other toaster must be in the bottom.
Teresa, 24, December 2036.
Christmas Eve. Looking down on Earth from space tonight is profound and awe-inspiring.
Slow down a little bit.
Watching lightning storms explode over the clear night lights of the new Republic of Japan. No human being has
Quickly.
ever had
Oh, I think we're
this
past it.
before. It's incredible how small we really are. In the
There we go,
scope
it's
of the
taken over
known
control of the
universe,
character now, so it must be in the right spot.
here at this moment. We are
Would anyone like any
just
toast?
beginning.
Check for xenomorphs.
Activating vocalist system terminal. Mainframe online.
Alright, what am I getting this time?
Initializing
Propulsion
handful
maybe?
diagnostic sequence. EVA thrust repair detected. Initialize EVA thrust repair.
Yeah, so each time that will come to one of these,
100%. Exit EVA diagnostic environment.
it upgrades the next one.
Initializing
Yeah,
cerebrum
Teen
core
Toast
diagnostic
would be a good
sequence.
idea right now.
Cerebrum core corrupt. Cerebrum core fabrication required. Initiate cerebrum core fabrication.
There we go. Firing up the toaster.
Cerebrum core fabrication complete. Cerebrum module repair required. Hand 4 data stream activated. Initializing data transfer.
Space Toast. Space Toast was actually the original font I used for my business name. Like on my original advertising years and years ago. Actually, think of that. It may still be the font which is on the copyright logo in the bottom corner. Ooh, got through those nicely. Now the propulsion system's back online on my suit, we can get through a little bit faster. Oh, you're joking me. We have to exit through the other door. Here we go. So we're back through that window
Internal data
there.
Transmission received. Sender, Hawking, Samuel. Hardiman Aerospace Mission Director. 13, June, 2037.
Commander, your request to move Hand 4 Spiritus into beta ahead of schedule is denied.
Just hit the side there.
While SO Hudson's pre-beta contingency plan indicates success, the risk associated with an untested production increase of this magnitude is great and could endanger everything we're working for. Do not let frustration with slow-moving progress cloud your
Just
judgment
out of
and lead
reach.
to poor decision-making. You must remain dedicated to our collective purpose. This is an effort to aid humanity. You are a small but important gear in a much bigger machine. Mankind above all else. Let me be perfectly clear. There is no scenario where deviating from plan is an option.
Right, let's just stop dead for a second. Reorientate ourselves. There's an oxygen station on the wall. And then we'll figure out which way it is that we have to go. We really need to get our spacesuit repaired as well. Uh-oh, I hear a Morse code. Don't want to cause offense. Ooh. Which way is it? It must be this door that we went through, was it? This radar is completely useless. Right, which is this one? I know, that's back the way we came.
Warning. Hand 4 EVA suit critically damaged. Core EVA systems operating at 51%. Hand 4 EVA emergency repair required.
Right, let's just see if we can figure out which direction it is we're supposed to go here. So the door's locked, so there must be an exterior hatch open that we can get through here. That looks like a broken window there, doesn't it? I'm hoping. Should be able to orientate ourselves through that, surely. Grab the oxygen. Go on, get it, get it, get it. Why is this door red? What have we missed? So that door's offline as well. Right, that's just a terminally thing. So back outside, I suppose. line is suggesting that we need to go this way. If I turn back, turn the other way. Is there a way back in through the bottom, maybe? Just carefully drift down here. See if we can work out where this daft radar's leading us. So these are the escape pods. We go a little bit further under, maybe. This radar just makes no sense whatsoever when it's trying to like point us in a direction. That's the room where we need to be. So where have we just come from? We just come from there. Let's try and see if we can get back into the station over here with a little bit of oxygen that we've got left. Yeah, the radar is absolutely all over the place there on here, Chrissy. I'm going to try and we'll gamble, we'll get over there, and hopefully we can get into the station from that side. If not, we're knackered. Because I think this is the wing that we first got here, like you know when we started the game. Also, if that's the case, it means the repair station's in there as well. So apparently our suit is critically damaged, but I can't really tell. I can see an oxygen cylinder there, so we're going to ignore going the right way, and I'm just going to make a line for those cylinders.
Mission control to North Star 4. Data scans indicate massive damage to solar power generation wing. Area extremely dangerous and unstable. Exposed and active power nodes confirmed. Area requires careful traversal, Commander. Over.
Get the one, get the one. Nope, nope, nope. Ah. Right. Let's get in here.
Mission date, 8th July, 2037. Hardiman Aerospace North Star 4. No remaining survivors.
Yeah, this looks like that first chamber again, doesn't it? So a little bit further on we should get the repair station.
Warning, external EVA visor critically damaged. EVA repair required.
There's the machine.
Hand 4 EVA repair sequence complete. Vital signs stable.
At least with the propulsion upgrade now, we can get a little bit faster. We'll get even faster again because we should get the boost upgrade when we get to the next toaster. Oh, you're kidding me. So much for that speed run. Back outside. We'll float back across here a little bit and see what happens. I said that there's an arrow pointing, well, just off screen there's an arrow pointing to the left. There's an arrow on the radar pointing straight ahead. And there's the direction one which is pointing in a different direction altogether again. Try and get whatever this diamond is to actually come and appear in frame on that so somewhere here there is a door locked and we can't get back along the corridor. Right, we're going to have to head back to that very first chamber up over there and see what we can see. If our oxygen lasts. So. See if there's any other like holes that we could climb through. Is there any debris sticking out? That would mean that might be a hull breach. That's that chamber there that we went into, and then the corridor was locked. Right, we'll get back in there, and I think there was an oxygen thing. So I hope there is. There it is on that wall there. There we go. So let's just see if we can tap this control panel here again, maybe.
Vocalist communication arrays online. Unable to establish outgoing communications to mission control.
And the door remains locked. Go back through here. Now this door's locked. So am I guessing game-breaking bug? So when I played this originally, some of the terminals that you opened up just completely locked the game. See if we've missed something inside of here, maybe. I don't think you can do anything with these terminals. No, nothing's coming up next to them. Try and get inside of the toast dispenser. Nope, it's not letting us get control over that. We'll follow this piping back and see if we can find it. If not, then see what happens if we die. Now there's two markers on the map. Is it just me, or is there now two missing escape pods? Yeah, all 4 escape pods were in place before, weren't they? So the game didn't update. Well, carry on. Does it confuse you, Chrissy? Because we went around this entire thing and all 4 of those pods were in place. Looks like I can't do anything in this one. Let's go and try that other pod. Oh, I don't think we're going to make it anyway, we haven't got any much oxygen left. Oh, look at the oxygen supplies, next to nothing. Right, so somewhere in here there must be a terminal over there, maybe. Try and use the scannery thing here to see if we can. What's this then? Yep, only an hour and a half late today. Right, which one of these terminals do I need to activate now then? Or it's going to let me go straight up to the core and put it in. Let's float over to one of those oxygen cylinders and top up a bit. Oh, missed it. Right, we'll grab it on the way back. Which one of these panels do I need to put this into? That one. There's our second slice of space toast installed.
Control to North Star. Communications array alignment successful. Data stream is now open. Commander, we are now one step closer to getting you home. Over.
There we go. Right, third terminal. Carry on, that one was. that terminal over there is the one that we need to head to now.
Activating Solaris system terminal. Solaris system damaged and offline.
Doesn't that first pod on the left?
Sequence.
You just turn that upside down, don't you, and put it in the water dispenser?
Mainframe offline. Cerebrum module inactive.
Space water coolers and
Solaris
toasters.
system repair required for Salvus EEV power system operation. Locate system mainframe. Fabricate Cerebrum core. Repair Cerebrum module.
The lengths we've got to go to get 4 slices of toast.
Mission control to Commander Oshima. Solar power
Warning.
propulsion mainframe
Catastrophic event detected. Core systems repair required for emergency escape vehicle launch.
and manual launch capability. Over.
I think this is the corridor that has the repair station in it, so we'll definitely be nipping into that. Exactly, Chrissy. It's forgotten technology, the four slice toaster in the future. Repair this quickly. There we go.
Hand 4 EVA repair sequence complete. Vital signs stable.
Now we'll try and follow the absolutely useless radar. I think this door here gets us outside, doesn't it? You can't redeem it at all, not today. Well, T's not here. So I have to save that for the next chicken, the next time. Right, where's the next water bottle? Over there. Right, so how do we need to get in there then? Let's just put a little bit of burn on the tank there. Now, I can't remember quite this bit from when I did the game last time. I do remember the radar being absolutely all over the place on this particular one because it keeps on trying to lead you in there, but you get killed as soon as you go near that pod. Let's just attempt to get to the space water bottle and see if there's going to be any toast in it. That looks red to me, doesn't it? So I'm guessing this entranceway is not going to be open. Yeah, we can't get in there yet. That's a bit of a bugger. Let's just make sure there's not an entrance on the bottom. Nope. Right. Why is that flashing red? Is that indicating that that is where we need to go? Right, I'm going to make for that section like right in front of us. We're on 50% air. What about your famous catchphrase though, Chrissy? Sleepers for the week. Hopefully there'll be an oxygen bottle in front of us somewhere. That's what Focus keeps saying your catchphrase is. Right, there must be an oxygen bottle somewhere in here. Ooh. Put the brakes on a little bit at a time. Stay away from the electric cables. Oh. But we still got zapped. Yeah, don't play with electricity, kids. Always get the bill payer's permission. Yeah, that's what we do, isn't it? There we go, must have to flick some buttons here.
Solaris Energy Processing Module Emergency Lock 1 of 2, released. Access portals, offline.
Is that good or bad? Come on, pick it up, pick it up. Oh. So I'm assuming we can head back over there now. No, just in case, we'll go through the interior, shall we? Nope, that still says it's locked. For crying out loud. Let's just make sure it's definitely locked.
Warning. Access portal, offline. Manual activation required.
Of course it is.
Warning. Access portal, offline.
We just want some
Manual
space toast.
activation required.
So the arrow now is pointing this way. But as we've discerned from earlier, these arrows mean absolutely nothing. Like all these station segments are all completely severed. So why is there still power going to any of them? Must be something inside of here that we need to click on then. Right, any oxygen coming up? Must be another terminal to hit in here, maybe. Right, that's refueled. There's a terminal over here we've got to press.
Encrypted personal transmission. Medical Officer Edwards, Liam, 12, June, 2037.
Thanks for attending, everyone. Please help me welcome tonight's speaker, Liam.
Hello,
So the
I'm
pointer's
Liam.
pointing to
I'm an
that.
addict.
Bye, Liam.
Warning. And for Solaris mainframe damage and offline.
140
Manual
days
repair
clean
required.
today, and I'm struggling. Well, every day is a
Spin
struggle.
back
of some
around.
form, but today, the monster has its claws in me, and it's left my spirits low. Drinking casually on the weekends, like everyone else. It wasn't an issue then. I was too focused on my studies and being accepted into medical school, which is where things took a turn.
Where are we supposed to go now then?
I started taking pills to keep up and drink to come down. A bad combination, but I kept it together.
So we switched on that thing. Is this thing actually active then? Can we get in through this top
I
airlock?
had access to everything. It was all right there, and it was so easy.
Ah, look, there's another red place over there flashing. Right, let's put a thruster burn on that one and drift across. There's all the electric stuff inside of the space water cooler. Hopefully our oxygen reserve will last us across there. The question is, why is this none of this appearing on the radar? See if we can get to that end. We're down to 3 now on the oxygen reserves. Just keep scanning for water bottles, for oxygen bottles now. Almost there. So far, no oxygen still. Oh, there's going to be an animation on this door as well, isn't there? Oh, that's some bottles there. Yeah. No, we're not. Grab it. Hopefully, it will now unlock the water cooler.
Solaris Energy Processing Module Emergency Lock 202 released. Access portals online.
Yay.
I can't help that. It's the way I'm wired. The reality is that when all of these forces conspire against me, I want to escape.
Just watch out for the power cables.
Feeling that old familiar friend. I just want to drift away, floating out into black space without a care.
Hopefully that one, we're going to aim for that one that's on the side, and fingers crossed that that one's not locked. Should have enough oxygen to get across there. If not, we might be borderline to get across to that hole and come in that way. But if I can avoid it, I will. Let's start putting a little bit of course correction on. Wonder what this actual space station, the layout of it looked before it got blown up a bit. Please be open. course it's not open. What a carry on. Oh, we might not have enough oxygen for this. How long should we hold our breath for? Nope, I got this funny feeling we're not going to make it either, Chrissy. Because we're working on the assumption that when we get around this corner, there's going to be an oxygen cylinder. Right, there's a box. Oh, we're past the one now. And we need to use some thrusters for a course correction. There's a bottle there. Oh, everything's starting to grey out now. Oh, we hit something. Just, but that's only giving us 50% tank. And you can see on the radar there's two arrows that are pointing in whatever completely random direction that is. Oh great. That's why we couldn't skip it, because you've got to do a crazy sequence like this. Yeah, don't try this at home, kids. Just because it sounds a bit like pylon doesn't mean there's hot tasty fun to be had.
Core systems repair required for emergency escape vehicle launch.
Yeah, that's an oxygen thingamajiggy. I think it's this way. This door looks broken. This crew must have a nightmare come breakfast time if they all have to go through this carry-on just to get some toast. Right, try and open this one. Exactly, and people bumping into each other as people are going to different ends of the station to get something out of different toasters.
Scanning myself with this sobriety chip. I'm supposed to transmit my sober status to my regular group on Earth and my sponsor, Michael C. But I haven't attended a meeting or even transmitted to group in almost a month. Honestly, I'm not even sure why. I know they've got me worried. Wondering.
Right, hopefully into the space kitchen. And there we go, the cinematics took over. Slice of toast number 3.
Activating Solaris System Terminal. Mainframe online. Initializing hand for EVA diagnostic
Get the boost
sequence.
one this time, I think. I assume that's what it's going to give us anyway.
EVA boost repair detected. Initialize EVA boost repair. EVA boost 100%. Exit hand for EVA diagnostic environment.
Now, if I remember what the last section is, we'll definitely need that.
Initializing cerebrum core diagnostic sequence. Cerebrum core corrupt. Cerebrum core fabrication required. Initiate cerebrum core fabrication.
Dispensing toast.
Cerebrum core fabrication complete. Cerebrum module repair required.
Green toast.
Initiating power system reset. Power system reset complete and functioning at 59%. EVA propulsion system.
It's no wonder there's so many
Current version update
bottles of
in
oxygen
progress.
scattered all over the place as well, isn't it? People racing around to get their breakfast.
EVA mobility repair successful.
None of this matters. The important part is that I'm clean. I'm getting through today and I'm not going to die out here.
Yeah, it's probably gone off, Chrissy.
Perfect. Who among us is? I'm helping people.
See, there's somebody floating inside of there.
Thanks for letting me share.
You can go in there. I know I did that when I did the original playthrough of this. But at the minute I just want to press forward and get back to the that tower bit over there where we put the toaster, bring the toast back to. Fingers crossed this door isn't locked. That's all we need. Any more oxygen bottles? No, it doesn't look like it. Well, there might be one there. There's a box there anyway. Nope, we must have used up all the oxygen bottles here. But the repair station is probably up here anyway, isn't it? Oh no, it's the blue corridor for the repair station, wasn't it? I'm gonna grab a bottle here in front of us. Missed it. Missed two. Alright, once we get to that main room, there's a panel on the wall to get oxygen. Oh, actually that repair station might recharge it anyway. There we go.
Hand for EVA repair sequence complete. Vital signs stable.
Now back up the tube into the vomitorium. Who's feeling queasy now? Alright, that panel over there is the one we're going to. Installing jam.
Mission control to North Star. Solar power mainframe repaired and online. EEV systems charge status active. Over.
Right, which way do we need to go now? That panel over there. This is the final slice of toast.
Activating mobile system terminal. Mobile system damaged and offline. Initializing diagnostic sequence. Cerebrum core corrupt. Mainframe offline. Cerebrum module inactive. Mobile system repair required for Salva's EEV propulsion system operation. Locate system mainframe. Fabricate cerebrum core. Repair cerebrum module.
Yep, same as before. We've done it 3 times over. Right, let's go and get some oxygen before we do anything else.
Propulsion reserves currently at 14%. Current calculations require minimum propulsion reserve levels of 63% to reach Earth atmosphere. Propulsion mainframe repair required. Over.
Through here. I'm sure this was the last one here. There's like all sorts of like moving obstacles. And I don't know whether or not you can just skip it and go straight to the water cooler. Once we get out of the actual hole at the end, we'll have a look. I'm assuming we're going the right way as well, because there's everything on the radar here is all pointing in every different direction. Through the water. Might as well get a little bit of oxygen. We haven't used that much, but we might as well top it up whilst we're at the terminal.
damage post-event. Your EVA suit does not provide sufficient protection and can be further compromised. Exercise extreme caution. Over.
Got a flashing red light there. That's where we're going, but do we have to go to the flashing red light places first? Right, that one there is flashing red, so we're going to go... Actually, what did the other one look like that was flashing red? Shall we just risk it? Hey, what's the worst that could happen? So there's the station we've come out of. Hopefully we'll have enough oxygen to get over there, wherever that red flashing light is. I'm guessing we'll have to go to that. Because that's got a red thing on it as well, hasn't it? I wonder if we should maybe change plan and go to this red one. No problem, Chrissy. Have a good night. We probably would have finished this by now if we hadn't had that on the second piece of toast, the catastrophe of the what do you call it? Those escape pods not despawning. Where's that red thing gone now? Must be something we've got to do over there. Just can't remember from when I last played it. I should have maybe scanned through the last stream. Oh, I can see the red flashing light now over there. A gamble that we're doing the right thing here as well, going for that red flashing light. Watch out for these solar panels as well now. Where'd the red flashy light thing go? I'm assuming that's what we're going to do anyway. Right, I can see some oxygen bottles though first, that's the priority. So the useless radar has still got something pointing in this vague direction, so there must be something in here that we're supposed to do first, maybe. I don't want to get across to the giant water bottle to find that we can't get inside to get our toast. Now, is that an oxygen supply or terminal to interact with? Oxygen supply, but we'll take it anyway. Now, is this a useful one, or is it just one of those? No, it's just a useless one. Back off from that. Make sure there is definitely nothing else in here we're supposed to click on or something. Right, let's go out the window. Oh, is that what the red thing is? It's other people.
Sebastian.
Ooh. There he goes. So, right, where's the main station? Right, there's the main station. Where is the water bottle? Is that it there, but we're looking at it from the top angle? We should have just gone straight for it, shouldn't we? Right, we're heading in its general direction now. Right, I'll take my hands off the controls. Tell you what, whilst we're drifting over here as well. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day. Still no closer. Fingers crossed all we have to do is get there, and there's not like some button that we have to press somewhere like what we had to do before. We're almost on 50% oxygen reserves. I'm going to give it one more boost. And that's all I can really risk. actually, while we're doing this long drift as well, I rejiggled one of the other buttons, so let's see if it causes any lag when I press it this time. If it works at all. Getting closer. There's a bad feeling we're not going to be able to get inside of it though. I'm sure we're going to be missing something when we get there. And that other red dot, yeah, you can just make out it's somebody, another body floating there. Just those few stray pixels. Oxygen now is below 3. Oh, that door's open. Right. Let's try and line ourselves up a little bit more. Let's put a little bit of thrust on now just to get us in line with the airlock. Ooh, what the hell? Oh well, we'll take this opportunity for oxygen since this bit has just spawned in front of us. Got it. Oh, it looks open. That's a good sign. Right, slow down. Which way is it going to be? To the toaster. This way to the toaster. Here we go. And the cinematic things took over. Check for a xenomorph.
Activating Mobilis System Terminal. Mainframe online. Initializing Cerebrum Core Diagnostic Sequence. Cerebrum Core corrupt. Incoming transmission. Cerebrum Core fabrication. Personal log. Initiate Cerebrum Core fabrication.
Well, there's two cinematics trying to fight for each other there.
My cancer. It is a gift.
Mobilis mainframe terminal critically damaged.
This
Locate emergency backup terminal to access Mobilis system.
Because of this disease that disintegrates my physical
Dispensing toast.
I am able to complete this life. However short the rest may be, as a free soul, and begin the next among the stars.
Did we get the module? I hope so. Right. Oh, something went wrong there. We haven't been upgraded, have we? Or have we? Let's see if we can just make anything out of this daft radar. Right, we'll take that whilst we're at it as well. What's that? Oh, it's one of those disc things, isn't it? so the thing is pointing us back this way. I don't think we actually got that. Because that hasn't lit a white, has it? Right, we have to go back in maybe to see if we can trigger the cinematic again. Let's see if we can get back in. So what have we missed in here? Something's gone completely wrong with it. Typical. We're so close to the end of the game and another broken section. What have we missed? So there's still something flashing on this radar. Actually, that's actually the bit where we need to go. It doesn't help that the radar keeps on just randomizing. Is the only way I can put it. Okay, where's the main station? What have we missed? I suppose we'll go for a few more minutes, and then I think I might call it a day because it just seems like there's just too many bugs in the game at the minute. So it's bad enough the first time we played this, I suppose, where the every time we opened the terminal, the game just locked up. Let's see if we can grab one of these oxygen cylinders. See what I mean? The radar now is pointing in every direction going, it almost seems. I'm guessing that for some reason, when it manufactured the core and didn't dispense it, the game has crashed. See if we can restart from a checkpoint and see what happens. Otherwise we could just wind up drifting around all day. Right, so this has put us now back at the bottom of that chamber. And let's see if it dispenses toast for us this time. Nope, the cinematic's not taken over. And yet they've still got that thing on the radar for it. Oh, I'm going to say that the game is completely broke again. Oh well. We gave it a go. We have completed this before in the past though. We do have like a previous stream of that. So a bit of a disappointing end to that one there, because the game's whatever checkpoints again have just corrupted on the game. So unfortunately we can't really proceed with anything. Just maybe have to come back to it another day and try and see if we can figure out what these alternate endings are, if they even exist at all. They seem to be like massive. Sort of like speculation about them online. Don't think there's no other terminals in here or anything. Just one of those little SSD drives. No, I think it's whatever's gone wrong, the game has broken, and we'll just be wasting possibly hours trying to backtrack and what have you. So yeah, we'll call it a day for that one I think today. Don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe, and tomorrow we'll be back with the second part of Broken Sword. We started playing that one last week as the director's cut, and we left it off just where we are what on earth is the we just have it just at the first section, which was part of the director's cut. So yeah, we'll pick up where that is tomorrow. It's just a shame that this game today has had, I mean, that's at least what, 4 bugs that have been game breaking pretty much. Because I mean, that other one we had to like travel halfway back across the entire area and then travel back so that it would trigger the escape pod to despawn so that we could get back into the station. That cost us about 40 minutes. But never mind. So don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.